I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host here, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Philly Picks, also joined by my other co-host here on the show today, Mr. J.R. Anderson, as we take you guys down to 6 o'clock per usual here on the Big X. I am having some issues with the camera, so I apologize about that. But, fellas, it's good to be back. It's Tuesday. It's the start of a new week. J.R., Curtis, talk to me. How are you guys feeling as we now have wrapped up the conference championships in the NFL? We have conclusions on what Louisville basketball probably is going forward, and we now get to look into how this NBA season and college basketball season are going to unfold. JR, we'll start with you, sir. How are you today? How was the weekend with the snow and the weather and all the sports we had to watch?
Yeah, got snowed in. I think we got, 10-something inches. So stayed in the house, watched some movies, hang with the family, watched a little bit of sports, not too much, played some video games. But, ready to get the week started, man. To be honest, I feel empty, man. I feel like, the NFL season's over. Louisville's not looking too good. Lakers are kind of I hope they trade LeBron. Like, we're all over the place with sports right now. It's looking forward to March Madness, I guess, is the only route forward in the Super Bowl. So,
yeah, it's been tough right now for the Louisville fans as of late. And the Laker fans, it's the road trip's going well technically at the moment, but the wins are not convincing, really. Last night looked good. Before that, though, they weren't as convincing as you would like them to be. We just don't defend like we want. But glad to have you on, JR. Glad to finally get this weather to start melting down a little bit. Philly Picks, how are you today, sir? How was your weekend? How was the weather? How'd you fare? How were the bets?
Yeah, good. Going good. Weekend was great. After Sunday, though, I was just like, oh, I'm ready to get back to work. Felt like I was trapped in the house, which we kind of was. So, but overall, good weekend. Good to watch football. As JR said, kind of sad to see the NFL season wind down. College football just got over with. So, yeah, feeling a little empty with Louisville not being how we expected. And I'm honestly ready for college baseball and MLB to get started. But nonetheless, good weekend.
Yes. It is always fun when you get the Super Bowl teams solidified and decided with their last two games, and now to know who the AFC and NFC representatives are going to be. We got some other news in the NFL we'll get into as well. Shedeur Sanders making a Pro Bowl team. We'll have to see if there's any odds out for that Pro Bowl matchup and, see how long he's maybe going to play. I don't know. Over Lamar, over Trevor Lawrence, I didn't understand that pick. But we're going to get into a lot of different things here today. And we're going to get right into it right now. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know, if you're listening live, we want your thoughts in on our Game Day Men's Health text line at 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. And if you're on the YouTube chat or on the X stream chat, send in your thoughts on the comment section down below, and we'll get right to those as well. Philly, I want you to talk to us just about what you saw in these two performances over the weekend between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams, and, of course, the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. Both of your picks were correct in this one. I believe both of your correct spread. I mean, your lean on each spread was also correct in this in those two matchups as well. I hit the Broncos -2.5 barely, and we did not hit the Rams +2.5, unfortunately. But Philly, you got them. You called them both. You said these Seahawks were going to the Super Bowl. What impressed you in these two games? What maybe you thought was something that was not something impressive for one of these two performances. Is there something you're kind of going to be looking forward to in the Super Bowl as well with what you saw over Sunday?
Yeah, first I'll start off with the Patriots and Broncos. Broncos got off to a fast start, stood them with that strike to Marvin Mims and them scoring a touchdown rally right after. You're thinking, oh, Broncos offense is kind of looking the same how it was with Bo Nix. And then after that, Vrabel and that defense, they made adjustments. And Stidham, he struggled when he was outside of the pocket. So good for the Patriots that they started to get pressure, and Broncos really didn't do nothing for the rest of that game. And for them, I think it was really two key plays that were kind of costly for them. Obviously, the turnover right before halftime, where Stidham tries to throw it away, ends up fumbling.
Yeah.
And Patriots capitalize off that. And that was really the only offense that the Patriots had all game. So you kind of gave them that score. And also there was a time where fourth down and 1, early second quarter, where I thought Sean Payton should have got the field goal. I don't think you needed to necessarily score a touchdown in this game. You already have a backup quarterback. I like them getting the points right there. And then ultimately the weather ended up being a crazy factor. There was light snow for second and third quarter of the game, and then we saw fourth quarter, you couldn't even see the yard line. So whether
the snow was coming down fast and the wind was very, very aggressive.
Yeah. So weather definitely ended up being a factor. Field goals were hard to come by. So and on the other side with the Patriots, like I said, they didn't really get any offense all game, but when it counted, Drake made some plays with his legs, including that fourth down that they ended up icing the game. So congrats to the Patriots for getting to the Super Bowl. Vrabel's first year, Drake May's second year. So impressive what they done overall on the year. And then the other game, Rams and Seahawks, obviously probably what we expected after what happened the first two games. Both QBs played exceptionally well. And when a team made a mistake, the other team capitalized. We saw the first turnover where Rams muffed the punt. Seahawks and Darnold, they scored on the next play. And then the bonehead mistake by Tariq Woolen on defense, taunting the other guys 10 to 15 seconds after play, which was not needed. And you saw
you can't do that if you want to be getting to Super Bowls now, but I mean,
it ended up not biting him, but I
didn't
thought
hurt him
at the time, because Stafford he strike right next to Puka Nacua the next play. So I thought that was gonna bite him, and then Seahawks defense at the end of that fourth quarter made a strong stop on fourth down, which decided the game. So Seahawks, we've been talking about them being the best team for most of the second half of the year, and they ended up through. So, but it was a very, very exciting.
JR, talk to us about how you watched these games. What was your thought process going into these games? And as you were kind of watching them, maybe on the betting side of things as well, what were your takeaways in these two performances?
I thought that the Seahawks game would have been, a little bit better. I feel like, I guess I have some bias in it. I was rooting for the Rams, so I was hoping the Rams could make it. I got a feeling Matthew Stafford doesn't have a lot of time left, so I wanted him to go. But I am happy for Cooper Kupp, since he's on the other side. A little bit of Rams tradition moving on. But I took everything live in that game. The only one that I've been riding the last 4 weeks was Kobe Parkinson, which I think he had like 50-something yards almost at halftime, which cashed us out. But other than that, man, I really didn't take too many plays. It's as far as the games go, I think the Patriots are one of the luckiest teams in the league. And I think the Super Bowl is going to go exactly how we think it's going to go. And Drake May is going to get his face punched in by the Seattle's defense. But, if they can upset them, cherry on top, they deserve it. So I really didn't watch the other game that much more.
It wasn't really worth watching all that much.
Yeah, it was boring. I feel, I stand by what I said a couple weeks ago, man. I feel like all teams, if you live in a cold weather state, you got to have a mandatory retractable stadium by at least 2040. Like, nobody wants to watch this stuff anymore, man. Like, it's 2026. We need retractable domes. We want to see games like what we saw, in Seattle, but in some of these other places. I don't know how that gets done, but yeah.
Yeah, some other teams got to start making playoffs and winning and
Yeah.
getting some money so they can start making those changes. You're right. I mean, the snow is an aspect of football, and I wouldn't want that to go away. But at the same time,
with the retractable dome, think about a billionaire's perspective. Their job is to put butts in seats. I wanted to say the A word, but I know I can't because you got to put butts in seats. And when you put butts in seats, you control your bottom line. If you have a retractable dome, you can still be in a snow element. The snow falls on the field. You got warmth, and there's butts in seats. Compared to what Buffalo's doing, they're spending another $2.5 billion to build the exact same arena, damn near, with a little bit more technology, with a heated field and stuff. But to me, that's just like it blows my mind. Why
you're
not?
Still going to be shoveling snow on game days for 2 months.
But if it's severe, then you can close the dome and everything's all good. Look at Minnesota, dude. Like Minnesota's arena is phenomenal. Indianapolis, another one that gets hit by the weather. But let's get off this soapbox.
I feel you. I think when you're talking about playoff football, you're talking about getting the most out of these teams that have worked all year to get here. You don't want something as like weather to be able to play such a massive role in how teams go out there and play. I mean, the Patriots was the best for about a 7 to 8 week span. It was the best offense in the NFL. 10 points in their conference championship game because of the wind and the weather.
Yeah, and then you have teams like Miami that when they travel and they go play in these arenas, they're 0-19. Like they cannot win, like whatsoever, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't. That's a very interesting aspect to how the NFL works. There's not a lot of games, and one game can change everything for you. So it's interesting that some stadiums, some cities, they allow the weather to be a factor and they don't mind it, and the other places, they made sure they gave themselves the ability to have that security net. So I'm with you there, JR. Find a way to allow the weather to come in, but not ruin the stadium and ruin the atmosphere for what's happening out there. But then again, some teams this is the 50th snow game in history since 1912. They like that history. They like that aspect, and I get that too. I don't want to mess up anybody's tradition either.
I get it. In protection, it would prevent Josh Allen from having 4 turnovers.
Yeah. Josh Allen maybe could have got to a Super Bowl by now potentially or something. You never know. Fellas, I want to take a quick shift here, and before we start looking into tonight, I want to ask just overall, how did the punches go for the NFL games? I was able to hit the Stidham 15-plus rushing yards. We also hit the Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. Those were the only 2 plays we had that we hit in the NFL. Cortland Sutton was the 3rd play we took at 40-plus receiving. He wasn't able to get there. We had a pretty good weekend I did myself outside of the NFL. Butler spread at -3.5. We had on Friday. They covered. The Jalen Duren 10-plus rebounds, that didn't cover against the Rockets and the Pistons-Rockets matchup. But we hit the Dallas Stars money line over the weekend as well. We need to move to 2-0 in the NFL this year so far, Philly, and I'm feeling good about that. I'm sitting at 28-25 on official punches given out in January. I haven't done the full ticket puncher record yet since we started in October. I'm like 3 or 4 plays every month above 500. But 28-25 as I sit currently. I wanted to ask you guys if you were kind of go first. Let me know how the weekend punches went. Philly, we'll start with you. And then if you got that record down, you go ahead and let listeners know how the year is starting to stack up for you sport to sport.
Yeah, weekend punches went 1 and 2. We played a lot of live stuff in the NFL games, which went well. But as far as official punches go, we go 1 and 2. Asar Thompson, 10-plus points was our only cash. And then Arkansas, -9.5. Couldn't get it done versus LSU, so we missed on that. And we missed on Stidham's completions. We had over 19.5, finishes with 17. I think weather became a huge factor in that, obviously, at the end of the game. So I think we would have cashed that. But nonetheless, go 1 and 2. As far as January goes, 17-21. And this is a month to forget for me. NBA, 9 and 10. NFL has been horrendous, 1 and 6. Go 1 and 1 in college football, 5 and 3 college basketball, and we split 1 and 1 in the NHL as well. So for me, just ready to get that calendar flipped to February. So
right around the corner, but you've also got some time to get that record back right before the month ends, Phil. You can get it back up to above 500. We can make it a positive month for sure still here. Not terrible either. You got got a couple of 500 sports and leagues in there, and you've got a couple that are above 500. Just the NFL props in November and January weighing you down. And it's funny. This is like the time frame in the NFL all season, like December to January. things can start to get a little bit funky in the NFL with injuries and players trying to meet incentives and whatnot as well. So not bad. We can improve it. I had a better month than I've had recently at 28 and 25 compared to what December looks like, but not the best month we had yet. JR, talk to us. How did the weekend of punches go? What's the January record sitting like?
15 and 13. Not so great this month.
You missed some shows though. You had some days out.
Didn't trust my gut as much, but last night we cashed the Santos under. I told you guys I'm gonna start, hammering the unders since guys don't want to perform for whatever reason, and we cashed that. His under 1.5 3-pointers for minus 154, and then for the games, only 2 legs that we took, which we pushed out, was the Kobe Parkinson 25 yards. I think he finished with 50 something. Kyron Williams 15 receiving yards. Both were straights, and Kyron finished with 22. So both of those cash, but definitely looking to get back into a three prop kind of days moving forward. So I'll start pushing a little bit more and start spreading it around, start getting ramped up for NCAA as well.
Ready for it. This is that part-time of year in the NCAA where things start to shift, right? The elite teams prove it night in and night out. They know what they are. They know what the game plan is. They know what the rotation is and should be. The fully healthy teams as well. And then those teams that were maybe kind of pretenders, those kind of start getting figured out and thinned out between the field as well in college basketball. Not to mention, that's just talking about the top teams in that top 30 to 40. The mid-major stuff is just as fun in college basketball. We've had some good success with those average teams as well, with some spreads and some team totals and some over-unders. So I'm sure we're all going to continue to have some fun with the college basketball. NBA, you really can't trust any of these guys until after the trade deadline. I think a mental shift happens amongst coaches, amongst players, even amongst fans once the trade deadline ends. And people start taking it super, super serious. Player props get a lot better after February as well. You only get them for a few months before the regular season does come to an end, but we're about there in the NBA season as well, where we should be able to know who's doing what night in and night out and why, right? Takes you a couple months of plan to figure out the why aspect of some of these teams, and why does this guy have 16 rebounds this night playing 35 minutes, and the very next game against a team where he's guarding someone shorter, he has less rebounds and plays half the minutes. All those types of little things kind of start to be told in the stories and the storylines on why those are happening. Those get figured out more in this time of the year with the NBA as well. So I'm super excited for that. And that does kind of lead us here to the next segment of the show, fellas. And I want to look into tonight. I want to look into what we're getting into. If there's something throughout the week as well you want to put eyes on, the odds, the total, the player props, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be just for tonight. But what are we looking at for tonight in specific, Philly, with your official punches? Maybe that's college basketball. Maybe that's NBA. Start with what Philly Picks is giving out.
Yeah, so I apologize. I only have one official. I did so much digging today, and I just decided I'm not going to force much that I don't like, but I will give out that official punch, and it's Arizona State and UCF over the 163 at minus 110. Arizona State played pretty fast-paced for both of these teams, really, but they played 4 true road games. They've all went over the total of 163. Now, 3 of those 4 were against all top 10 teams. But UCF is still no pushover. They only have 4 losses on the season. They're at home. I expect them to score points. And Arizona State has scored points on the road as well. So we're going to need about a little more than 80 each from both of these teams, and I think we get there. And I did have a jab. It was Carl Towns under the 20.5 points. It's sitting around minus 115 or so, but he has a really good matchup. But just lately, he's been getting in a lot of foul troubles. He has 5+ fouls, and I want to say 5 of his last 6 games. And the Knicks are 14.5-point favorites, so this could be a blowout where he may not play the whole duration of the game. And he's finished under this for most of January. I think he's only had 21+ points in 2 or 3 of the games in January. So that's just a jab for me, but
I like it. JR, before we go to JR picks, Philly, nothing wrong with having only one play, one official. If there's only one thing you love, we're going to take that one thing. We're going to rock with that one thing. There's no need to force anything. We've got all year long to be making wagers, so I'm okay with the one prop. And if you found a jab you like as well, Philly, so you got 2 things out there for the listeners, one that you're recommending, one that you're letting them know that you're taking. That's all you need. Sometimes it is just a 1 bet or 2 bet kind of a day. JR, our other candy capper here on the Ticket Punchers. What are you taking for us tonight?
Yeah, to comment on Curtis, listen, when we started this show, we said that we weren't going to take anything that we didn't love. And if you don't love it, don't take it. And that's the best way to not rush to lose money, especially on a any given night basis. 3 legs. My favorite one is Cade Cunningham over 23.5. I think him and Jamal Murray are going to go at it. Jamal Murray's coming off a little bit of rest, but I don't know what it is with these two, but they always try to bite each other's ears off. And then Michael Porter Jr. is over 22.5, minus 102. Cade's minus 102 as well. We know MPJ likes to get it up. I don't expect anything less going against Phoenix. And then my third, which I don't know if I gave out already, was Ryan Rollins under 27.5 points and assists. I know we don't have any Giannis, but he's been struggling with this line all season. It's 89 percentile. He's only passed it once in the last 10 games, minus 112. And then my spicy meatball is those 3 parlayed together at plus 642. So Michael Porter Jr. over on points, Cade over on points, and Ryan Rollins under points and assists.
I like it. Nice little set of NBA plays right there. I'm in the college basketball for the first 2 plays for tonight, fellas. I've got 2 team game total props that I'm looking at. Creighton minus 1.5 on their spread on the road visiting Marquette tonight. Philly. It's the Philly and Romy special here where we fade Marquette. We got to get JR in on this. Hopefully he'll finally buy into it tonight. Creighton, one of the better offensive teams in the Big East, if not like the 3rd best offensive team in the Big East, I think. I mean, they're like the 3rd best team in the Big East, but I think they're like the 2nd best offense in the league total, going up against the worst defense in the league in Marquette. Marquette a little bit better on their home floor, but ultimately not enough defensive resistance lately for this team to go out there and stop a Creighton offense. This is a Marquette team that they're allowing like 85 plus every single game, if not more. To bad teams, right? The Butler's a good team that they beat them on the road, but on their home floor allowed 104 points to a win in a win against Providence. Providence is not good. DePaul scored 80 points on them. They're not great. St. John's 92 points on them. They did only allow Villanova to score 76 points, in which they lost. They just have been allowing points all year long, and Creighton's been scoring points all year long. So I'm rocking with Creighton tonight, even on the road, sitting at minus 1.5 on the spread. We're going to take that. I think they can get a 2-point road victory here in this one. Creighton sitting at 6-3 in conference play. Marquette sitting at 2-8 in conference play. My other play for tonight, it's in the SEC. I am also rocking with Arkansas for tonight. I thought, Philly, you may be interested in this one, but Arkansas going and visiting Oklahoma. Oklahoma not been impressive in conference play at all this season. I'm led to believe that's going to continue tonight against a much more athletic Arkansas side that is starting to figure things out and get into a bit of a groove. Outside of the loss to Georgia 3 games ago, they have gone on a pretty good series of big wins. They beat Vanderbilt. They did beat a good Ole Miss team earlier on. They beat this Tennessee team this month as well. I'm liking the way Arkansas is playing. Darius Acuff is one of my favorite guards. I'll go ahead and say it. Darius Acuff's my 2nd favorite guard in the draft class behind Michael. Okay. I know that Darren Peterson's the best, and I know that, and I'm acknowledging that. I'm going to give him his respect, but just the play style is what I like seeing out of these guys and the way that they play. Darius is right there even with me, with Michael. Just his ability to operate in the pick and roll at such a young age. He's got 5th-year seniors out there guarding him who he's making, giving them tough nights. And I like that. I like a young dog like that at the guard spot. But Arkansas's moved up. Spread's moved up. I took it at minus 2.5. They are now sitting at minus 3.5 over Oklahoma on the road. So granted, fellas, it is 2 sets of kids on the road that I'm taking tonight, which isn't normally I'm not the biggest fan of betting on kids on the road without their home crowd, but I do think that these 2 organizations, these 2 schools we're betting on tonight are just in a different spot than their opposition. So Arkansas minus 2.5, Creighton minus 1.5 on my 2 college basketball plays. In the NBA, there wasn't anything I loved, if I'm being honest. I had a couple of props that I liked. The one that I've wagered on isn't anything too spectacular. I did take Tyrese Maxey for 25 plus points at the live. The odds shifted though. It's not even worth it now. Sitting at minus 205. I caught it at minus 190. That was the one true prop that I loved in this one tonight, even going up against Rollins, the defender. I don't think that the depth at the guard spot for the Bucks has enough defensive presence to stop somebody like Maxey and the tear he's kind of been on lately. I did like that. I also So we'll call that a jab. I jabbed Maxey 25+ tonight, and I did like the Nuggets to cover the 6.5 points. We'll go ahead and make that a jab because I did love it as well. So only 2 plays for me tonight on the official, 2 jabs as well with the Tyrese Maxey 25+ and the Denver Nuggets to cover the 6.5+ points at home.
I was going to add on both of your college lines, your Arkansas spread is 83% of the bets going towards you, 65% of the money. And on your Creighton line, you're 87% of bets for Creighton, 78% of the money. So
the money is a great sign there for the Creighton game. A little bit of difference on the Arkansas game, which I understand. It's SEC.
Yeah, and even I was going to say on that one, since it's so damn close, it really doesn't even matter. On the Creighton -1.5, it's -112. The money line's sitting right at -126. So
to keep it safe, you probably play the money line just in case Vegas knows something we don't.
Or if you're going to parlay it, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, parlay it. You take both the money line on both. If it's a parlay, we do give them out of straights. But fellas, that's the official punches that I've got. That wraps up our official punches here as well. But we do have some time, and we can go ahead and give that triple punch parlay out while we're still on the live airwaves on the radio, and let the radio listeners get in on that triple punch action. No text in on the Game Day Men's Health text line, and nothing coming in on the chat yet either. But we do have a good amount of listeners, good amount of viewers in as well. So let's get that triple punch parlay piece out there. Philly, you've got yours ready, I think. So we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Kentucky and Vandy. This line has actually dropped. Started at the total. It started at 159. It's dropped to 154. I don't know if we have any injury notes. I don't care. I'm taking over 154.5. Since both of these teams got in conference play, they've been scoring a lot. Kentucky has vastly improved, even with the injuries that they have. Two faster paced teams. I think they can get to 155. So I'll take the over in that one.
Love it. JR, you got one ready?
Yeah. I'm going to stick with the I wanted to take Mark Williams. I was stuck between Mark Williams rebounds and Mark Williams points here. We will go with Mark.
With the rebounds.
Yeah, Mark Williams rebounds 8. He's been there consistently. He's only missed it once where he had 5. So I love that line a lot better. So Mark Williams, 8 rebounds.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the Mark Williams play at all. Fellas, we're rocking with Laurie. We're rocking with Laurie Markkinen in a matchup in which there's not somebody on the other side that is going to be able to mess with him defensively. You can't throw Ivica Zubac on him. You can't really put Kawhi Leonard on him either. If John Collins gets tossed on him, I like that matchup. Laurie Markkinen's points right now is sitting at 23.5 on the set line. We're going to take the alternate down to 21.5. The last time his line was at 23.5, we took the 21.5, and he scored like 30 points. We had great success on that. But it was against a team that did have the lack of perimeter defense on the front court size, right? Players that play out on the perimeter on the front court typically can shine against the Clippers. So give me Laurie Markkinen at over 21.5 points at -174 for my triple punch piece. And this is going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers on the radio side of things. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you want to hear us talk about a few more props and games on tonight, go over to the radio or the Ticket Punchers Twitter page. Give us a follow. You can watch the stream right there. But fellas, let's go punch those tickets.
Punch some tickets.
I have those odds at +390 for the triple punch. Oh, man.
Let me write those down again. Billy, what was yours?
Kentucky and Vanderbilt over 154.5. I think Vandy's one of their best guards is out. I think that's why that line is dipped, but I think it's dipped too much.
And which one did you decided on the Mark Williams rebounds, but what was the number, JR?
-150. 8.
Oh, yeah, -150.
Oh, 8+?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 8+ is money every time he plays regular minutes.
Well, some babies out there tonight.
And then I rock with the Laurie alternate line.
I love taking rebounds against teams that shoot piss poor.
Yeah, and shoot a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Cam Thomas and whatever the Brooklyn situation is there, but they just need to blow that up.
Okay, then, fellas, I'm
Put 'em-
wagering the triple punch. I'm about to place the triple punch on Fliff.
Woof. Yeah. I really got a feeling the 4 that I picked are gonna smack. Michael Porter over 23, Mark Williams 8 boards, Ryan Rollins under 27.5. I don't see him getting loose on Edgecombe and Maxey whatsoever. With no Giannis, even if he has to force it, I don't see him getting 27.5.
Who?
Ryan Rollins at Philly? Nah.
I did have a jab on Kuzma, but I decided to lay off of it. I was leaning towards his over 20.5 points and rebounds, but he does pretty good without Giannis. But I'm not touching it. NBA has been so predictable with these unpredictable with these blowouts lately, man. They've been.
I don't know, man. Like, this is the first year that I've been more football than basketball, and like I'm glad I haven't been pushing out a lot of NBA players because the product on court is just abysmal. Like,
it's not consistent. When it's good, it's not consistent. So,
but I think it. Excuse me. I think it ties into like the systems that they're running. Like, you know, I go to a lot of high school basketball games, and it's like accidental basketball. It's, you know, not what the old guard comes from with triangle offense and, you know, high pick and roll, Steve Nash era
and stuff.
All of that crap.
It's just high ball screen, drive and kick.
No, what it is hunting, like the James Harden era of
just one-on-one.
But you have the guy who you really want guarding you. You have your teammate come set that screen. So, you know, think about James Harden Houston days. Like, if Steph Curry was on another guard and they wanted Steph on James, you have whoever Steph is guarding come set the ball screen. They switch everything. You can't hide them, and then you just get torched. And that's what we're seeing is like it's literally one-on-one or just accidental basketball. Just try to create something, kick it, and if you get a good shot, great. But like the shooting percentages are abysmal, dude. Like, there's no more Cal Korvers and Klay Thompsons and, you know, like high, you know, 3-point shooting, but also the plays that they run to get these guys open are like not working. Like, they're just switching everything. Every position's like a hybrid position now. You know, there's 4 true big men, in my opinion. You got Wemby, Chet, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, it's a different game.
I mean, the true big man, there's only one, and it's Rudy Gobert.
Well, I mean, he's like a true 1992 true big man.
Yeah.
Like, Jokic is what everybody wants, but that's far and few in between. You know,
sometimes you need an Ivica Zubac.
Oh, yeah, Zubac, absolutely solid. You know, solid. But like, you know, I guess you can put him in true big man. So I mean, there's like, you know, maybe less than 10 out there, but it's like they're not
guys who consistently go get a bucket down low and defend that position.
Yeah,
and
back to the basket type of guys. Like, we don't see that no more. Yeah,
get you 10
and also get you 10 boards. That doesn't exist.
Yeah,
so Jokic and Giannis is not a center.
Hey,
like Bam Adebayo and Jaren Jackson Jr. can't even consistently do it.
No,
yeah.
I call me crazy, but I think Bam's about to be on the trade block.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Bam, and possibly Tyler Hero trade block. Giannis.
Well, if they're smart, they'll get rid of only Hero. If they're smart, they'll get rid of only Hero and try to build around Bam defensively.
Nah, Bam. I think Bam has hit his ceiling, bro. I don't see Bam getting any better until he goes to a place that's going to run the offense through him, and that ain't going to be nowhere but 3 places. And it starts with Wizards. It starts with like teams like bottom 5 teams, unless, you know, he takes a pay cut.
True, but I think defensively though, he's like one of the only 5 that can like guard the 3.
No, absolutely.
Even though he can't really stop Embiid from getting 40, he can go out there and switch on a Cam Johnson and get a stop. You know, that's
like for speedsters, like he can hold his own. I'm just saying, as far as like the ups and the downs, man, it's like
he didn't get a jumper. He's the same player he was offensively when they were in the finals.
Yeah, and it's like if he's not getting those second chance points or just, you know, getting in deep to where, you know, he can just drop step and go up, like it's a wrap. Or like when he goes up against, you know, some of the more dominant centers, like it's over. Even players like Sabonis just eat his lunch, man.
Yeah.
But
Needs to go to Golden State.
I mean, in a system like that, he would flourish. But like this Spoelstra system is not
not the new Spoelstra system. Nope.
Yeah. Or like shit. Even a San Antonio, if he could play next to it like a big, almost like an Aaron Gordon role, he would thrive. He would thrive.
I agree.
Or like a New York Knicks role with playing alongside Cat would thrive.
He guards the stretch fours on defense, but on the offensive end, he's your dunker spot. Yeah.
He almost like has that facade where he looks like the man, but he's not the man. But
like Pistons are kind of doing a good job with like that with Jalen Duren. You know, they're letting him get enough shot attempts within sets to go out there and prove it, but they're not relying on him.
Yeah, the difference, Duren's just a bully, dude. Like he don't care who it is. He's like, I'm coming through your chest. I'm gonna get either my boards, or I'm gonna get my points, or I'm gonna get both, and you can't do nothing about it.
And then they bring Isaiah Stewart off the bench, who's way worse.
Right. Isaiah makes me want to fight him through the TV, bro.
He's even worse with it.
he is a gnat. Like he's almost like the equivalent of the Patrick Beverly, but at the center.
When talking about like fouling pretty much every possession.
Yeah, it's just like that bruiser, but it just gets on your nerves. It's just like, hey, listen, man. After this game, just meet me out in the tunnel real quick.
Yeah, he just wants to throw him.
Dude, like he's crazy, man. Like he irritates me. Like I would love him if he was on my team, but just watching him go up against like people he gets charged up for, like LeBron or anybody
around the other day,
dude. He oh my gosh, this man is a lunatic.
He is.
Don't mind me while I sip my orange juice.
Hopefully, though, fellas, the NBA can start getting, back to I said that hopefully the top 6 teams in each conference can start looking like the top 6 teams every night. Now that we're getting towards the end of the season.
After All-Star break, we'll start to see things ramped up. But yeah, at this point in the season, when teams get down 15-20, it's like, okay, they don't even try. It is what it is. I say reduce the games though, just a tad to prevent some injuries and get guys that start trying more throughout the season. I think 82 games is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Plus the rest with these no back-to-backs and no trap. I'm just like, dude.
That's my thing, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. No one's telling you to play the starters 36 minutes a night. You got 14 guys on the roster for a reason. Like, as much as I don't want them to play 82 games anymore because of the issues we're seeing, I don't want the asterisks on the stat sheet, on the stat books. You can't make the quarters 10 minutes. Bring the fucking hand checks back.
Yep.
And play your 12th man on the bench 10 minutes a game.
Yeah. I think they are reaching that apex of, in the Jordan era, everything was legal and the product was really good because you could be physical. But now you have the Shays and the James Hardens in their prime and the
There's
people
way too much athleticism in the league.
Yeah, but like you can't touch them. So then it gives the offense the 1 foot up. And now that the offense is hurting the game because it's so dominant and you really can't do anything to impose your will on these offensive players, like the product itself, as far as just watching it from a viewer standpoint, is becoming boring to where the only thing you can do is go back to, those early 2000s rules where you can't, I don't want to say hand checking and arm barring, but like let them
play.
And
it's funny because conference finals rolls around and all of a sudden some of those calls go away. They start letting them do that shit a little bit more. And it's funny. Wait,
it's inconsistent. It's inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. It's conference finals, they let you defend. The NBA finals, they let you defend.
Because they know who's watching.
Let them defend in the regular season too and see what the product gets better.
Absolutely. Like if teams could really, really guard and like be physical, or shit, just bring back continuation. Like I'm tired of seeing someone bust a good move and then you go into like, the and one motion, you make the bucket or you shoot the jumper and it goes in and then they say on the ground. Like bring back continuation. Like I get it with the swiping through, the James Harden and the Kobe
when
and
the offensive player is creating it or whatever.
Yeah, like take the sweep through away, but like Shea and Luka and maybe like 2 others, like they're abusing that little bump and they're getting it off. But if you bring back continuation, it brings back like some of that excitement where you get a lot more and ones. Just take the the little sweep through move away that Chris Paul and all those
James
guys.
Harden started putting he started going to the basket and trying to hook your hand on his arm, so they had to take that away.
Yeah, Harden, Chris Paul, KD. Who else was doing it really good? Brunson's still in that bulldog hybrid mode too, but definitely bring back continuation, bring back defenses being able to play a little bit harder, because like even with reducing the game, I don't think reducing the games is gonna help with injury. I think the injuries are coming from these kids now, man. Like their quick twitch fibers are just insane, dude. Like it is a different build, like a different breed of athlete that they're not as muscular, they're not as bulky as some of the guys back in the day, even thinking about centers and stuff like that. Like we don't have any more Shaqs, Hakeems, guys like that. You got Chets and Giannis's and Wemby's now. Like the builds are completely different, maybe it's diet, maybe it's genetics, whatever the case may be, but the game I feel like is just faster. And the genetics inside the game are just vastly different. It's not, big and slow anymore, which is causing, the injuries, the Achilles and the ACLs. Like we're not seeing any like crazy injuries, from upper extremities. It's all knee and ankle and foot, stuff which is quick twitch fibers. I tore my Achilles and I was, always a super fast guy, but like I can attest to it that it ain't the shoes, it ain't the court, it ain't the amount of games, It is literally just your body.
Yeah.
Wear and tear plays a part, but like, it like your body's designed to produce, and you could tear your Achilles getting up off the toilet and you're not a premium athlete. It's just the way that the fibers are,
Yeah. All right, fellas. Anything else you guys want to add to tonight's slate before we get out of here?
I'm good, man. I'm gonna go play basketball here in a minute. You can come, Curtis. Get these buckets.
I'll let you know.
I'll be back out there in about a month and a half.
Roman, listen. Take your time.
Take your time.
I don't want to come back out here and I hit you with and you go, ah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
It was your knee?
Yeah, Achilles and not Achilles, ACL and meniscus.
Oh yeah.
When was that? Was that like what, September?
September 10th, I had surgery. They just cleared me I just got cleared to jump 2 weeks ago, cleared to run a week ago. So, I mean, that's not bad. I'm not cleared for sports. I'm saying I've quite literally been cleared to raise my body off the ground and move at a faster rate than walking.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's kind of crazy. Like I don't have any discomfort or any pain like that. I'd be shooting around, shooting free throws, getting some shots up, and it feels good.
You should get in like the heated swimming pools and do.
Yeah, that's what my dad keeps saying.
Yeah, like keep the weight off of it. I'd say just take your time, man. Don't get back out there. And
I'm a handful of months away from a full court run again, but I am itching to just a little game of 21 or something. I missed that bad.
Right.
You live in Louisville, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I got buddy pass. Y'all can come to YMCA. It's full court.
They've got the side full courts too, where it's like not the full court.
Yeah, or I can get
why you go to.
I can get Frankie to let us in the gym, or like if you want to come early on Tuesdays, we can get them up. But
yeah, the only issue with that spot is like 28 minutes from the crib or something.
Oh yeah,
it's like a few minutes into Indiana, or I would have been there every damn Tuesday. But getting off at 6, if I run home first, I'm already late to making it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try next Tuesday. What time I go? 8:30 or so?
It's 8 to 10.
Okay, I'm gonna try next once this snow is a little bit off.
Oh.
Thank me and Fred.
I'm gonna put you on my calendar.
Okay, bet.
Messing with your butt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, JR's a little bucket getter.
I've been itching.
I'm a little 25 pounds over, but I'm working on that. It's like I can't wait to get back in game shape. Once I'm back in game shape, I'm gonna be a problem. I just get tired. Like I can give you a good, 5-6 series.
That's my issue. I'm the best cutter in the world. I'm the best cutter in the world for about 12 minutes or 15 minutes or so.
Exactly. And it's like freezing cold in there. Like when you run, dude, that cold air getting your lungs, it's over.
I hate the cold air hitting the lungs.
I hate it. And then it's double door, so like it compresses, and then when they open that outside door, all the air just comes shooting in the gym. It's like it's bad. But in the summertime, it's probably the best gym to play in because it's toasty in there. You get a really good sweat in, burn a lot of calories.
Yeah, I'm
All right,